but he's got 5 Leicester defenders, so it's 2 against 5, so the odds are not quite stacked for them to score a goal, Newcastle, but and again Leicester just defend it very well.
Siem de Jong's about to come on, the Netherlands international who's missed so much of this season with a thigh problem initially and then with a collapsed lung, but a title winner in the Netherlands with Ajax. He is a regular goal scorer, usually from an attacking midfield position, and he's come on for Ryan Taylor, the first change of the day, with 12 minutes played in the second half.
I think this is a gamble as well by John Carl. 3-0 down. It is a tough call, you know, but they do need a goal, and I understand it being an attacking substitution, but it's also giving away something defensively. I think Ryan Taylor, who we've said has been sort of the holding player in midfield, that Newcastle have probably needed more than one in there, to be honest, but I think he's now leaving his back four very, very exposed, and Leicester could go on and get more.
My question to you would be, as play continues, a long ball by Leicester up towards Janmaat, who takes it down well, the right back for Newcastle, finds Colback in the central midfield position here. Colback, known for being a tigerish player, why wasn't he playing in front of the back four? Anyway, here's Sissoko, finds Janmaat on this near side for Newcastle. They're trying to get something, get a foothold in this game, but Janmaat is shrugged off the ball by Schlupp, and Gutierrez slides the ball away, but it only goes as far as Vardy, and Vardy's on the surge into the box, and Colaccini blocks well. It's rebounded to Mahrez. Colaccini is injured. In comes the cross to Joa. Oh, it's a terrific save by Tim Krul to keep Joa out and to stop the Argentinian from scoring a hat-trick.
A super play by Leicester, isn't it? Again, the pace has caused problems. Vardy, Schlupp, both causing problems. Vardy with the initial shot, good block by Colaccini. After that, though, where are the Newcastle players? Just taking off Ryan Taylor. We're just looking at it again. It's 4 against 4. Ryan Taylor's gone missing. He would have probably picked up that loose ball, but Mahrez gets hold of it, whips it into the box with Joa with a good header. A better header's a goal, but gives Tim Krul a chance to make the save, and he does it very, very well.
Joa so close to a treble. Here's Albrighton with the corner, and he'll whip it in with that right boot. Curling ball headed out by Gutierrez. Perez was rather hesitant about making the tackle, delayed, and then when he did arrive, he tripped Matty James up and knocked him over. Just past the top of the hour, Leicester 3-0 up. This is Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT. Leicester free kick then. Too far out for the shot. Mahrez is going to be the man to take it, swing it in with the left boot. Mahrez takes the Leicester free kick towards the back post, and Sissoko is there to flip the ball away.
But that's what we talked about before. Remember we said about Sissoko being in the right position, and where last time he tried to allow the ball to run out, this time he makes sure, and he gets a good header on it with Vasilevsky coming in behind him, and he's made the right decision, you know, and that's what defending is all about.
Another Leicester corner. Huth is in there, Vasilevsky too. Ulloa at the near post. Looks like Cambiasso's the blocker for Ulloa. The referee might have to have his eyes peeled for that one. Here comes the corner, away swinger from the far side. Huth was up, might come to Morgan here. The player on the floor's got it between his legs. Dummett it was, blocking for Newcastle. He was brave, and they've got it away. And Sissoko with a fine pass has found Riviere. Schlupp is back as the defender, but Riviere away from him. Schlupp trying to get back, and does. Sticks out the boot and wins the tackle.
Very good defending, wasn't it? It needed to as well. Just a chance maybe for a Newcastle counter-attack there.
More changes being planned on the far side. Newcastle have possession. An hour's been played. 3-0 to Leicester. Will Floyd Evans on Twitter says Newcastle very likely to go down. Believe there's a lot of trouble in that club. Will says perhaps 3-1 it might finish today. Here's Colback for Newcastle over on the far side. At talkSPORT Live on Twitter. Remember, retweet, if you can find the tweet, retweet it for Newcastle will be safe, and favourite it if they're going to go down. A little poll on Barclays Premier League Live today. Here's Sissoko from the throw-in for Newcastle on the far side. Crosses into the box. Schlupp is there again. He's been very good at left wing-back, Schlupp, today, defensively and going forward. Oh, on the near side, Vardy comes towards the ball, and the tackle came in, and Vardy's gone flying into the camera down there. Williamson has made the challenge, and Williamson's got a second yellow card. He's off. Mike Williamson's been sent off, but I have to say there's concern for Jamie Vardy, who went flying into the camera. I mean, that looked horrendous.
Yeah, and there's actually no need for this challenge as well. Again, Williamson on a yellow card already. Why does he dive in like this and take the chance? I mean, the concern would be for Vardy. Thankfully, he's sort of trying to sit up at the moment, and these cameras that are on the edge of the pitch have got padding on them for that reason. But it was a poor challenge by Williamson. Whether the ball was just slightly going out of play or not, I'm not sure, but why he makes that challenge, I mean, he's just making things worse for Newcastle.
And you know, Mike Dean has sent Mike Williamson off for the second time this season. He was the referee when Newcastle played Aston Villa in August, and Williamson had to go that day too.
Funny thing was as well, absolutely no complaints from Williamson. You know, most players,
it's on the halfway line. That's the point. And he goes flying in with the boot raised. And Vardy, as you say, Clive, from the other angle we can see, he flies right into the padding. And
he's lucky.
Thank goodness that padding is there.
Yeah, he's very lucky. And again, the pace of Vardy has caused Williamson all many problems. The tackle has actually come, by the look of it, off the field of play. Which means the ball was out of play, which means he didn't need to make the challenge anyway. But he was getting beat by pace, and that was the one thing that Williamson couldn't handle. And it's the right decision. You know, he's made the right decision, Mike Dean, to send him off.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, it's a straight red anyway, looking at it again.
Yeah, it certainly had disregard for Vardy's safety, didn't it, the challenge, and the referee has to be thinking in those terms. Vernon Anita is going to come on for Newcastle. Well, Riviere's coming off and Anita's coming on. Well, this will allow Siem de Jong to take up a more attacking position, maybe.
Possibly, but again, you know, from a player's perspective...
If you're a Newcastle fan listening to this now, you're thinking, how does this win us the game?
Well, also you're thinking, you know, it's going from bad to worse. You know, how do you get back into the game? You're down to 10 men. You know, you're 3-0 down against a side that are on the front foot and have been from the off. You know, it's just going to go from bad to worse, you feel.
Here's Ulloa. Could have had a hat-trick a few minutes ago. He's got 2 already, won the penalty, won the goal in the opening minute of the game. No way through for Cambiasso for Leicester. Here he is on halfway now.
Even Siem de Jong, who just came on, played that ball forward, actually won the ball off Cambiasso, did well. His pass straight to a Leicester player, but straight after he passed the ball, his head went down. You know, as a player coming on as sub, you want to get a little bit of inspiration from your subs. It's not going to happen, is it, for Newcastle?
The olays from the Leicester fans as their team passes the ball around. Little 5-6 yard passes. There's no challenge on the ball here. Newcastle aren't getting close enough. Sissoko is now getting a little closer to Morgan, who goes back to the goalkeeper. But this is a little humiliating for Newcastle United at the moment here.
And I think that's the worst thing for the fans. You know, that's the one thing they don't want to be, is humiliated.
And there's the pass down the left-hand side, which sees Newcastle finally win the ball back with Colaccini coming across. But he's then given it immediately back to Schlupp. Little turn from Schlupp, and Cambiasso's found Vardy, and Vardy with the nutmeg. Leicester are going for the party piece, but in the last second the challenge came in, and Newcastle were able to clear. But that's the applause for the quality of the move there. Every pass was a back heel.
It's lovely to watch, isn't it? Little nutmegs as well. And if he gets on the end of that and finishes it, what a goal it would have been.
Here's Anita for Newcastle. Anita's cross towards Sissoko. Cambiasso back with a volleyed clearance.
Good defending by Cambiasso. Again, getting back into a good position just to stop the ball going all the way through to Sissoko. Still working hard, Leicester.
Janmark with the cross from the right. Sissoko's got his hands on his hips as if he's out of puff.
Mind you, that delivery into the box was a poor one as well.
Yeah,
nothing seems to be going right for Newcastle. You know, they're going to have some tough games. Last few games of the season, it's going to be really tough.
The missed challenge from the defender from Dummett, and Vardy's away. Ulloa's waiting in the centre. Colaccini slides in. Now Vardy tries to find Ulloa again. Colaccini denies him. Here's James arriving. James White to Vardy. Now Mahrez. Cambiasso's coming into the penalty box. Mahrez goes for a little walk with the ball out on the far side. He's up for more taunting, I think, Riyad Mahrez. He has the ball on the right wing, can't get between the two defenders, Anita and Gutierrez. And here's de Jong for Newcastle. Last quarter of the game approaching. Leicester about to move here to 34 points, with Newcastle seemingly stuck inert on 35. Newcastle have the ball at the back. Their last 3 games, Newcastle, at home to West Brom, away to QPR, and then at home to West Ham United on the last day. Here's the ball over the top for Jose Perez. Perez trying to beat Wes Morgan. Morgan stood his ground. Perez fell to the floor. No free kick. Leicester clear up to Ulloa. Trying to play in Mahrez on the turn. Wins the throw in. What do you think of those last 3 games for Newcastle, Clive? 2 home games, West Brom and West Ham.
Yeah, the trouble is when you're losing games like they are, you know, maybe at home you don't want them. The way the fans have been, the way they might be.
Stop the league right now, no more games.
Yeah. The only one thing I was just thinking a few moments ago, I mean, obviously the result of this game looks like it's all over for Newcastle, but of course their biggest rival, Sunderland, have got a home game just coming up this afternoon against Southampton.
That's a huge game, isn't it?
If Sunderland suddenly get 3 points, I played in those derbies, you know, Sunderland, Newcastle, and they are massive for the fans. It's a fan sort of scenario. It's going to be it's going to make it even harder, but it's going to give Sunderland as well a big lift this afternoon to see their local rivals losing again, and put them within a distance. They were only 5 points away from Newcastle now. They get 3 points this afternoon. They're only 2 points away from Newcastle. It's going to give them a huge lift, and it's going to hurt Newcastle even more.
Here come Leicester again. That was James trying to get on the cross from the right-hand side, sliced the volley towards the corner flag, and it goes out in the end for a throw-in. Sissoko just watched it. He thought it was going out for a goal kick, and now he's got a throw-in in an awkward spot right by the corner pole. On Sunderland, arguably they could have... Their position would have been stronger had Newcastle won today, because it would have left Leicester much closer. So a difficult one for Sunderland fans to work out today, perhaps. But
well, they like seeing their local rivals lose anyway.
They certainly do.
That'll give them a lift, if nothing else.
3-0 to Leicester, and Schlupp on the charge, but couldn't quite pick out Vardy with the pass forward. And Vernon Anita, who is now playing at left back after the reshuffle, hits a long pass forward, and it goes all the way through to Schmeichel. While Clive was talking a second or two ago, Leicester made the change. Vasilevsky's come off, and Delette has come on for Leicester, defender for defender. 68 minutes on the watch, 3-0 Leicester. This is Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT. As Leicester trying to play the ball forward towards Vardy again, but Krul comes out. Well, a great deal that Tim Krul could have done about any of the 3 Leicester goals today. Here's Colback for Newcastle down the right. Janmaat making a run outside, and Colback plays it back in field to De Jong. De Jong wasn't really aware that there were players storming around him, and Mahrez won the ball. De Jong wins it back with a tackle. Then Gutierrez is dispossessed by Cambiasso, and Leicester feed Vardy. Vardy up against Dummett. He wants to take him on for pace. He's going to get round him. He's been brought down by Dummett, and that's going to be another yellow card for Newcastle. Vardy was winning that all day long, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think Dummett realised he was in a position of no win. He's in a situation one-on-one against Vardy. Vardy just sees the green grass beyond Dummett, just pushes the ball into the space, charges after it. Dummett was never getting there. Never getting there for me. Vardy just using his pace to the full advantage and winning a free kick again in a very uncomfortable position for Newcastle.
Yeah, it's what, a metre or so outside the right edge of Newcastle's box, level with the penalty spot. Mahrez can whip it in with a left boot, Albrighton with a right boot. I mean, they've got good delivery from both men potentially. It's Albrighton who takes, and it's Gutierrez who wins the header. James was looking to win it on the edge of the box. Newcastle appeal for handball. Cambiasso struck it, hit Dummett and knocked him over. He's swiftly up, and Newcastle have the ball. Back it goes to Krul. He finds Colback on this near head midfield player. Infield to Sissoko. Back by Sissoko to Gutierrez. Leicester content to get back behind the ball here.
I think they just want to keep a clean sheet, Leicester. You can understand that. You know, just use Jamie Vardy's pace if you want to launch one forward and get higher up the park. But obviously, from their point of view, game over. Just sit in and defend now. And as we said earlier, you know, it's all about taking points now. The Leicester fans will be happy whatever now. So it doesn't matter what their performance does for the last 20 minutes.
Little cross came in from the right-hand side towards De Jong. It went out in the end for a Newcastle throw. De Jong and Anita, ex-Ajax, the pair of them. Forward now by Newcastle to Sissoko, and now Perez on the spin on the edge of the box. There was almost room for a shot, and perhaps there would have been had Morgan not fouled him. And Is Morgan going to get a yellow card here from the referee?
Difficult to see how much actual contact there was on Perez, and Perez has gone down 2 or 3 times just because of Wes Morgan's physicality. I mean, he's a big, strong, tough lad. Just seeing it again. Well, I just think maybe the ball's got away from Perez slightly. He's tried to do a little trick. Well, yeah, you can see maybe they're coming together. Just didn't allow Perez to turn. Free kick, 2 or 3 yards outside the box, slightly to the right-hand side.
Yes, I mean, it would be amazing if Newcastle were to launch a comeback in this game and really trouble Leicester, given the context, particularly in the second half.
Well, a goal will make a difference, you know, and I think they will start to ask questions. And this is a good opportunity. It looks like Jack Colbeck to take it.
Colbeck, the favourite, curls it over the wall and into the gloves of Schmeichel, who read the situation perfectly and caught the ball.
Well, even that didn't work properly, did it? I mean, there's no pace, there's no power in it. Very difficult to get it up and over when it's so close to the edge of the penalty.
Yes, 2 sides in a league of their own in mid-table, and both are on course for record points totals this term, with Gary Monk's Swansea already over the line on 50 points and Mark Hughes' Stoke 3 points off, equalling their record tally set last season. However, both sides have dropped off of late, with the Swans' 3-2 win at Newcastle last week being their first win in 3, while Stoke's draw with struggling Sunderland stretched their dodgy run to just 1 win in 6. The team news today: 1 change for Swansea. Jordi Ama has a foot injury. Luckily for them, Neil Taylor is coming back from suspension. For Stoke, 2 changes. Philip Volscheid is replaced on the left side of defence by Mark Wilson, and Glenn Whelan comes in. Yes, 2 sides in a league of their own in mid-table, and both are on course for record points totals this term, with Gary Monk's Swansea already over the line on 50 points and Mark Hughes' Stoke 3 points off, equalling their record tally set last season. However, both sides have dropped off of late, with the Swans' 3-2 win at Newcastle last week being their first win in 3, while Stoke's draw with struggling Sunderland stretched their dodgy run to just 1 win in 6. The team news: 1 change for Swansea. Jordi Ama has a foot injury. Luckily for them, Neil Taylor is back from suspension. For Stoke, 2 changes. Philip Volscheid and Stephen Ireland come out. In come Glenn Whelan and Mark Wilson. At the Liberty, it's Swansea against Stoke.
talkSPORT.com. With a big smile on his face. It was a forward. Never went with any conviction, Hammond. Having said that, you look at defenders again for Newcastle. I know they're down to 10 men, and it's difficult for them. But absolutely no one on the edge of the box to try and stop Dean Hammond from getting the shot away.
Aaron Stewart's been in touch on Twitter. Hello to you, Aaron, down under. He's in from Australia. He says, supporting Newcastle is so frustrating. I can almost see you typing that out with gritted teeth.
Thankful, I think, more than frustrated as well. Probably a bit of both.
Oh dear. Such terrific fans that Newcastle has, and they are in such great number. This team at the moment does not do them justice. 3-0 down to Leicester City, who won the championship last season. Am I going to get 34 points here? Here's Janmark for Newcastle on halfway. Have they got the energy? Have they got the belief to get anything back from this game with Bournemouth and Watford will be part of Barclays Premier League Live next season. Meanwhile, the playoff spots, guys, are filled by Norwich, Middlesbrough, Brentford and Ipswich. That means that Wolves and Derby have missed out on the last day. Brentford in the playoffs, with a chance of getting promoted to the Premier League. You can follow those playoffs with talkSPORT on talkSPORT.com. And if you aren't familiar, I'm sure you are.
There you are.
Did you hear that? Highlighted Brentford.
They did, rightly so. No one's bloody heard of them in Uganda. Now they have.
I think it's a fabulous story, isn't it? Bournemouth, who expected that. Like I say, give the manager a massive amount of credit for the job he's done there.
I can't imagine Brentford's ground being a Premier League ground like this.
Similar to Bournemouth.
At least that's fairly modern.
Yes.
Interesting to see, of course, always
Small.
what happens next
Yeah,
season.
Brentford's pretty old, isn't it?
So we've got two gents games there.
That's quite atmospheric stadium.
I like going to win.
Stay in the Premier League.
It is Hofford High School.
I like the stand behind the goal, so it's the video stand.
And I'm sure
Well, you know, it's like the back of it's sort of metal, you use a bang on it.
when the season kicks off next.
Well, actually, it's not all senior, is it? Brentford?
No, it's standing nice goals. It's only in the away. Yeah, so they'll have to stick some seats, which will reduce the capacity.
Massively, yeah.
Oh, no, exactly.
I reckon they've got a chance, you know. Well, I'd fancy Norwich, I think, but Brentford have got the momentum. I don't fancy. Yeah. Borough.
Is it Borough against Brentford?
I can see being a Norwich Borough point.
Well, they're the best two teams.
It'd be a good
But
game, though. There are some good teams in the Championship this year. Like that top clutch. It'd be interesting to see how Watford do next season.
I think I'd be well impressed with Watford.
Just good goals.
I'm just wondering if
Goals.
Newcastle.
I think both of them at the same time. I think both teams
Now, whether they
sort
get
their
some
defences out.
pride back to the
Yeah, I mean,
team, some
yeah,
fans
great
of the football club.
They can sort of have some proper Premier League
Sometimes
quality
10 men
defenders.
can
I
be
think
very,
they've got
very
the players
difficult
to
to
score.
break down. But still, we're seeing the gaps. They go down to 10 men,
Yeah.
and then we're never going to win the game once they
I
get
would
sent
worry
off.
about the...
Get
I
some
just
pride back.
totally
I can
rebuild the
looking like
defence.
you're not going to
playing like they
let anything else go
take
in.
that style into
They're
the
still
Premier
leaving
League.
huge
I
gaps
can
in
see him
Newcastle. And
being involved in lots of three-team
it
defences.
certainly does look like Leicester
It's
might
always mess when you score so many goals.
score a fourth as a
Mess around, whipping up the personnel.
It does seem to be the philosophy. Never really use that word until they've got 6 years in it, so I'm not sure. But it does be, you know, some performance that's some
Yeah.
Oh, they years now, that's
It
what
might
they
be my first look at this. I think he's unlucky here.
they're not all of a sudden they're going to go there and go.
No, again, that's another yellow card, to be honest.
Some play
From a defence, yeah.
So I think they'll be on the wrong end for a couple of years.
He's lucky to be still
I think they'll win a lot of games. Ricky Lambert gets the start. Wow. It's a rare one. You're on the case.
What, is that because someone's injured or is it
Mario.
But in comes by Mahrez, headed out by Jan Martin, further clear by Gutierrez. Now Anita, the whole pack of men in blue shirts chasing him
So,
down.
looks to be like a back four today. The formation lottery.
Leicester winning that pretty comfortably. Once again. It's a pity on Twitter, says Newcastle in absolute tatters. Mike Ashley, the owner, has left the team down. Hashtag big time.
West Ham Burnley team loses in the cap.
Is going in the direction of their owner.
second one I'm trying to remember? Swansea against
Oh, great.
that
The big one.
I did Leicester Burnley last week, so I'm kind of coming back down to
Yeah.
Premier League.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Party atmosphere almost at the King Power as Leicester find Vardy on the break. So often they're finding him on that right channel. Then the low ball comes in from all right.
Yeah, right.
I wonder what I'll say after this one. I think you saw stuff.
Yeah, it's just one of those games where you feel
There was no need for it. It was
Like,
like,
I wrote a piece in it. It's like,
I don't think they've not got enough
the kind of premise for a piece is that managers are kind of, because a manager has to be a
criticised Leicester this season. Although they have been shit because they are bottom, they've been in a lot of games. And the whole time, because the guy was saying, well, who's criticising them? Because I've got it.
Well, that's right. I was right. I said the clever manager would have had examples on the tip of their tongue. If they're going to bring that up.
But there were no examples. It hasn't been happening.
No, he was trying too hard to protect his players, and there just wasn't any there. So yeah.
And then they actually got an apologise, and they got in another. What are you doing? Just drop it.
Pat Murphy was going for it, wasn't he? He was dog of a bone, wasn't he?
It's like you give it a couple of minutes and no, it's not quite so much.
He was determined, wasn't he? I don't know what to make, because a lot of people criticise Pat Murphy for it. But I kind of think as a journalist, he's doing the right thing, you know. And he's going to throw that on himself.
I think it was just sort of quite awkward, wasn't it?
Very
You don't get
Very leg heavy.
you can just imagine being in the same room thinking, well, it's obviously great points there.
And the press officer was trying to move it. I was like, Chris, can we have this question, please?
No, I'm right. Deal with it.
Except that they've been beaten and...
Yeah, he's a strange character. I just think the players would think he's mugged himself off. Like,
He's just created a whole side. Like, no one would have criticised him after losing 3-1 to Chelsea. Like, there's no problem with that. But then he's gone and done that and made him his story.
Yeah, I just think he's maybe not quite clever enough or charismatic enough to carry that kind of thing off.
Just doesn't present himself, does he? When that whole thing, the player who was holding McCarthy, like down the floor.
Again, just what you... If you're going to... If you watch a joke, you laugh it off. He's not very charismatic. He comes across as sort of ogre.
It's so annoying. If a story came out that he sort of murdered 3 people, no one would have minded. You wouldn't know, that's
No, he's odd. That story has done the rounds where he claimed to have been fought off a pack of wild dogs. I read that.
I heard it, I thought it was a joke.
I don't think it was. I don't know whether it was. He claims to have been cornered on some trek by some wild dogs in it, and he claims to have kind of scared them off. But he's like, I can look after myself.
Everybody just knows he can do it so much better, and he's just not giving it up.
I think he's good. He's obviously a decent manager.
But he's not very good at that side of the game.
No.
And in the Premier League, you're under a lot more scrutiny for everything you do and say.
Just needs to relax a bit.
That's why I've got a friend who's a Leicester fan who's convinced that this is going to whatever. Saying to them, it's because the owners are just
Bad name on the club.
because the owners are so
Well, the fans would be upset about that. Because they rate him. Understandably, he's brought them up. Took them up from League One before.
Pat Murphy's really pissed off because he never goes to Leicester because Pearson won't do a separate thing on radio. So there's no point in him going to ask questions that must be the same team. So that's probably why he's been through
Absolutely terrific. You know what he does? He does
So it all kind of came together nicely.
I like players who do that. He doesn't try and make it difficult for himself.
just to try and...
He comes forward and checks in behind.
But it's a story, wasn't it? It's a story.
But I think there was a little bit of him wanting to
He's going to use it properly.
Pat Murphy's really experienced.
He doesn't try
Like,
big things.
if anyone's going there, kind of
He does the simple things.
take him on, it should be someone of that stature, rather than some young upstart. Well, I would have backed down. I would have totally backed down.
I probably wouldn't even got the one question.
Oh, sorry, David. Yeah, I'll leave
When he just tried to show he was going to get it, I'd go, sorry.
So this game on Saturday,
It's like a proper stand-up.
I suddenly would have lasted 7.5 minutes.
Just about gets in his way and stops his progress and fouls goal.
I know Leicester on a run, but it's actually a red card as well. I think that's just that was regard. There you go.
We know they've spent money on transfer fees and wages.
No problems.
They took Jamie Vardy from Fleetwood Town. They were a non-league club, albeit going up at the time. They found Mahrez in the French second division playing.
Joke, pal. A joke.
It just proves there are players out there. You know, if your scouting system's good enough, you don't always have to get them to check off out. Surely as much money as possible.
shot and the near post. Schmeichel took no chances. It might have been going wide, but he's got both wrists through it anyway.
I think Dillon's got a better chance here if he takes it first time.
I mean, Derby will lose loads of their players now. I mean, half of them are on loan anyway. Will Hughes will be
It
snapped
gives you
up by
Michael a
someone,
chance to
you'd
make the
imagine.
save, although I agree with you, I think it was just going wide, but just make sure.
2 minutes to go. Newcastle corner. Will be taken from the right hand side. Left foot of Jack Colman. Deep ball towards the back post. John was actually not far away and he decided he wasn't going to make it. But it looked like he could have headed it in.
I think the one change was Jarvis out, Mavitano comes in.
Inside the 6 yard, Newcastle
I hope so, mate.
have got 2 players
They
against
can
5
get a free meal for him, I'd be stunned.
coming in. They both the 6 yard box. For some reason,
Now you've got any of the money you've got for him, it's amazing. If we can get £3 million
still
from
know
Jarvis,
trying to
they're a
get a
miracle.
goal, get some consolation out of this game.
Quick word to Jovan, who is listening in Wellington, New Zealand, home of the Wellington Phoenix. Jovan asks, is Chris Wood still on the Leicester roster? Certainly is, Jovan. He's on the bench today. We haven't seen him, as you know.
I was thinking first 2 minutes or so, I think, alright, fair enough.
Oh, really? You're not?
But then he keeps going, it was 7 minutes long. He's up far too much.
Here's a step for you, Clive. The gap between Newcastle and Leicester.
He's apologised, he moved on.
I didn't think the apology was very sincere.
No, no, it wasn't. I'm doing it in front of the cameras.
Says about what you can do. You're almost down and out as Leicester were. What you can do if you get together as a group and a team and stay together.
Yeah, I just keep piercing on and just think Kevin Phillips would have press conference.
Does it sound soundbites this week that said, are you an ostrich? Are you flexible enough to be an ostrich?
That was weird.
I don't being an ostrich, are you flexible enough to be an ostrich?
He goes, my feelings. I've thought about it.
So the guy he's talking to is actually quite a chubby guy, like, that's probably why he's silly.
So you could do lose
Another yellow card and a red card, another sending off. This time it's Janmaat. They are down to 9 men. 8 consecutive defeats, 9 men on the field. They're losing by 3 goals at Leicester. This is just dreadful for Newcastle. How could it get worse? They are being taunted and they have been outplayed by Leicester and they are ending pretty close to disgrace.
Well, thankfully the final wasn't not far away and it can't get any worse for Newcastle, can it? But
So
I have
happy
to
to
say,
death, isn't it?
this is just not defending.
But this is a tough job for anyone. Even someone like Allardyce can go in there with the way it is right now.
He just steps off and makes
Let her the first time manager.
different run.
Yeah, no,
Runs
for
differently, young man.
it was 3 months he's had
You
the job.
wait for
You
him,
know,
like,
it's
Ridiculous,
just
ridiculous job.
how they thought
Sometimes you can't make the
that
challenge from that side.
they get away with
You've
that.
got to go through the
The
player
card
to
was
get
just
there. If
looking
you're
at
on a yellow card,
He doesn't know what to do though, does he? He doesn't know what to do.
totally upset. He's
Ridiculous.
I mean, it just, you just don't do it.
I think I'm not really expecting
Ridiculous defending. And that, to be honest, sums Newcastle up completely.
They got up front.
stops the looks like fair just behind. I think Zamora was touch and go.
Look back with any kind of positivity as Hammond tries to shot from 30 yards. Well wide
Phillips,
goal.
Bark,
Say, at this stage, nothing the assistants can help you out with now. John Carver has to stand up and be counted. It's going to be tough for him, you know. Will he get the job permanently in the summer? I doubt it very much on the performance that have been seen. What's going to happen with Newcastle over the coming months, even years if you like, but I just think in the near future, you know, there's big questions going to be asked. Firstly, can they stay up? Secondly, what is Mike actually going to do during the summer break? So lots of big questions.
Different
Certainly
division to that.
some that will
We've
be
been doing
answered,
the
probably some that won't.
co-conference out of BBC Essex, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Did the odd home game. And we did it for like 4 years. So they've been in the league, so it'd be nice to do it.
He's all right.
Yeah,
Across
exactly.
Leicester and Vardy.
Yeah, still got a
Get
bit
his goal.
samey.
Vardy just mistimed his 7
They
yards
deserve
now.
that.
That's why, you
His
know,
play deserves it.
I want Northampton just to get up.
Vardy
Yeah,
just couldn't
just
put
play
the
different
final
things,
nail in
yeah.
Newcastle today.
Different away trips, but it should be
Always
good.
one that you have to get. It's like defending. I don't know where Colaccini is. I don't know what he's doing. You know, and he gets between them, Jamie Vardy. Should have scored. I think it would have been a show that in the back of the net.
Laughing about it.
In a great position to get a goal. Doesn't deserve it. But
down and dispirited Jamie Vardy. He's given to Leicester City today. Many teams
League One I have
envy a player like Jamie Vardy on a day like today. The whistle goes from Mike Dean. The Newcastle heads go down once again, but the roar is for Leicester City and for Nigel Pearson. They have won by 3 goals to 0, and they have won at a canter against 9-man Newcastle. More analysis to come.
Almost doubled it.
Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT.
That kind of thing just shouldn't happen, should it?
But yeah, I mean the fixture list, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean everyone said they got a good running.
Yeah.
I think everyone expected them to go and get that right.
No, they've shown a bit of bottle, but they weren't that bad. That was the whole point. I think. You always look at the goal difference. I always think it's a good job. Almost always the worst team.
Because they weren't getting topped to it.
Like everyone else on minus 20 odd, they would never happen.
No.
You just think they're the only team like in the bottom half, I think, that haven't been told for more than 2. Obviously you can easily get beat by 3, from time to time. Newcastle had today. Haven't had been beat by more than 2 all season. So like they're not shocking. They've never been shocking.
And Aubameyang is chasing away down the left-hand side. The celebration is continuing at the King Power Stadium with the scarves being waved in the air as the Newcastle players trudge in sorry fashion on the field. They have been well and truly dispatched today, and they have now lost 8 Barclays Premier League matches in a row. 3-0 final score. Here comes the rest of the
It's not a frightening fixture list.
Southampton, Southampton's one of them. And the other
Southampton sort of playing for Champions League.
QPR, the one of them.
Which QPR could easily be down by then.
Well, I think that's realistically Leicester staying up.
I think one more win and then they're right.
34.
I think one more.
Honestly, Sunderland game. Who's that game in hand?
Sunderland's game in hand, Arsenal away.
Oh, okay.
Leicester minus 18. The others are quite a bit lottery.
That's the sad truth about Newcastle today, Clive Walker, is that they are in it, but united on the evidence of what we've seen.
Yeah, and I think they've been totally annihilated by Leicester. Most of it is all their own fault. Most of it is just through general bad play, disorganisation. They look aside. If Newcastle today were bottom of the league, you'd say, without a doubt, that's why they're bottom, because they're the worst side around. But do you think that's true? They are the worst team in the league right now. The way they're playing, yes, I think they're the worst team in the league. And I think they have a huge, huge problem to stay up. They
all 3 games in
got themselves into this situation.
First and last.
I said this before kick-off, that the work rate has gone. And I think we know that what the Premier League is like, it's intense. And you have to keep going. But how many times do we see the top team score in the dying minutes of a game?
How are they going to get more points? At home to West Brom next week, Jan Martin Williamson, 2 defenders suspended. I mean, they're running out of options back there.
What a small club of
Brentford? Yeah, of course they have small time.
Doing a pitch invasion, getting 6th place in the playoffs. Come on,
Congratulations. Big job for Joe Carver. How did he get the points? Good League One. How did you reorganise a team?
Yeah, because got promoted. This one League
One.
For a big club like us, where you've got to go.
For me, it was a celebrate that.
That's where it's
I'll accept that.
Also Brentford fan, everyone's cheer. Exact thing.
Well, they got promoted last season.
And
see me.
Yeah, playing like a bunch of kids. We're about to lose 3 for Burnley, so I might change that.
Fernandinho, with his third goal of the season, makes it Manchester City 3, Aston Villa 2.
Exclusively live Barclays Premier League action throughout the season. This is Barclays Premier League Live.
Rivera goes one way, and the ball into the channel, finds him, back across the piece of goal! And there it is, goal number 3 from the unlikeliest of sources for Swansea City, Jack Cole.
This is Barclays Premier League Live. Exclusive global Premier League radio commentary. Post-match analysis. Barclays Premier League Live. Exclusive worldwide coverage and full match commentary of the Barclays Premier League.
Get back on top, and they have, for the second time in the game. Spurs have got themselves back.
Yeah.
Welcome to our coverage of
And they missed
Liverpool
a pen.
against Queen's Park
Yeah, they
Rangers
missed
from Anfield.
a penalty just before half time.
Alongside the Liverpool Arsenal and Southend United winger Adrian Clark. You're listening to Barclays Premier League Live.
Congratulations.
What's that? 2 minutes ago, weren't you, James?
Sorry?
Were you saying 2 minutes ago about that pitch invasion?
Yeah, I was saying Brentford was more time for doing a pitch invasion, but getting in the playoffs, which they're probably not going to win. You know, I mean, do a pitch invasion when you get promoted.
Our main game sees Liverpool take on
70 years.
I know.
None of those people on the pitch have ever seen anything like this before. Not anything remotely like this.
I know, probably been a good few years since I've seen anything like it.
I've had one season at championship level in my lifetime, and I've just turned 40.
If they got promoted, could you see any way that Warburton would change his mind?
It's not his decision. The ownership is off.
No, but because he was the one who said he didn't like the new system being put in place. If he hadn't have said that, then he'd have stayed, right? So in fact it was.
Ricky Lambert comes
God,
in.
he does get them up.
Since Sunderland.
He looks good.
Yeah, I mean his stock couldn't be higher. I just can't believe that he would turn it down because of a statistical based recruitment system.
I think it's going to be a director of football possibly as well.
That's what they've done at Midland, haven't they? They've put it on statistics on it.
Yeah.
Or like really heavily put it on.
Oh, yeah.
Which is work. I just can't believe he turned the transfer window.
I don't see how he couldn't fit into that.
No,
He's got the
yeah, the eye as well.
you need the contacts, you need the relationships to be able to convince people to come. It's not very well identified. Warburton's got that, he knows a lot of people. The way he's recruited youth players from his knowledge of that system, he's brilliant. Their own side of it. Kelly Pritchard and others have been...
I just can't see how they haven't found a neutral ground where they can work. Has anyone been linked? Like a nobody? Well, not nobody, but like not a right. Someone who's good at maths.
They really do. I think they need to take 3 points from Anfield here today. Queen's Park Rangers to realistically give themselves a shot at staying in the Barclays Premier League. Liverpool are there for the taking on current form. They were really disappointed, as you say, last time out when we saw them at the Hawthorns. They weren't
There was someone pitch invading on a mobility
midweek,
scooter.
and they desperately need a performance themselves.
Match abandoned, is that right?
Oh, abandoned, was it?
Now, realistically, but they need
Yes,
to get some spirit back in.
About 200 friends when they sent us Oh, of course. Was that playing?
Yeah.
We actually played.
absolutely treated Ricky Lambert. It won't be easy for him today because he's bound to be slightly rusty. He's going to be hungry and eager to score goals and to make a big impression.
Whether that affects sort of position
Our
or
main game
placement.
today, and as I mentioned, it's all getting very exciting at the foot of the table then. With Leicester's victory over Newcastle, the pressure then moved around the country, starting in the Midlands.
That's going to be a text me down the stairs all day.
I was talking about earlier, having somewhere in 1997, and they replayed it like on a Thursday morning.
Oh, really?
About the helicopter.
But that probably meant something.
You see that tree?
So they need to
Amazing.
every time it's filled up one place,
Right, I'm cute there. I can't remember. That's always sort of fun.
which could affect Friday's month.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what the score was, like, whether it was...
It's going to start. But it'll be a bit tomorrow then.
Obviously, that's already given me
I'm on it. No, exactly the way. Better set my alarm.
2 weeks ago, Dick Advocaat said that 6 points would be what Sunderland needed to survive. They got 1 last week, and it meant they dropped into the bottom 3. They're out to avenge the 8-0 defeat from earlier on the season against Southampton. Watching for us is Paul Serres. A huge game for the stadium on this afternoon, with both teams needing the points for very different reasons. Sunderland feeling
Why would you want to waste your money on that? He got roasted by Brady.
Oh, yeah, we all together.
Stoke are 8th and 9th in the Barclays Premier League. They meet today. Breakaway now. They've stolen it in here from Victorian.
Steven Gerrard, where he started. Steve Gerrard, he
It's Swansea against Stoke. Huge day as well for Burnley. They are putting the table 26 points with 4 games remaining. You feel they probably need to win 3 or 4 to survive. They're up to par today to take on Sam Allardyce's West Ham. Dan Williams watching. It really is now or never for Burnley. Available by the website at talkSPORT.com. If you want to follow the drama of the relegation scrap in the Barclays Premier League this afternoon, that's the way to do it. Keep up to the goals as they go in. We'll watch our main game today here at Anfield, where we've just seen above flying a banner saying Rodgers out, Rafa in. We'll talk later about that. With the 2 coming up, Chris Ramsey. But first of all, that man, Brendan Rodgers.
They've done Premier League clubs now.
Sure, will you do me a favour? Just flew that stupid fucking banner over and said, Rodgers out, Rafa in. When we get a picture of that, I'll get it. Can you post it for us and say along the lines of, is Rodgers quotation marks referee gets a bit carried away in that regard, but I think he's a good manager.
Where's the thing that
Liverpool should
we're
probably stick
going
with
to
him in
print
the
out
long
for us
term.
to
I
play
believe
off
he'll
winners,
come good.
was that
But
not
you
for
have
us?
to learn that
Just
lesson.
a
He hasn't had a good one.
Crowd are going back there. They don't secure the win. It's not broken Queen's Park Rangers. Where are we going? What do I think? Is that away win going to come?
Well, they've been very bold, haven't they? Their last couple of away games, they scored 4 at West Brom, 3 at Aston Villa, and they have nothing to lose. Well, they have a lot to lose. Obviously, their Barclays Premier League status is on the line, but it's come to crunch time for them. So, with Liverpool, there for the taking in many respects, I expect them to go for it.
We shall see what happens. The teams are in the tunnel. We're 5 minutes away from kick-off, and you're listening to Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT.
Welcome to our coverage of Swansea City against Stoke City from Liberty Stadium. I'm your match commentator James Field, and this game is being brought to you by talkSPORT.com, Westwood One Sports in the USA, the One Football app across mainland Europe and Latin America, and the TuneIn Radio app. Listen to the world. Yes, two sides in a league of their own in mid-table, and both are on course for record points totals this term, with Gary Monk's Swansea already over the line on 50 points, and Mark Hughes' Stoke 3 points off equalling their record tally set last season. However, both sides have dropped off of late, with the Swans 3-2 win at Newcastle last week being their first in 3, while Stoke draw with struggling Sunderland stretch their dodgy run to just 1 win in 6. Team news today, Swansea making 1 change. Yuri Amar has a foot injury. He's been replaced by Neil Taylor, who's back from suspension. For Stoke, 2 changes. Philip Volscheid and Stephen Ireland drop out of the side, making way for Glenn Whelan and Mark Wilson. Nearly ready to go here at the Liberty. The mascots just being shepherded off the pitch to the handshakes between the two sides. Just about ready to go in this game, which in all honesty doesn't have too much meaning on it. Two sides clear from relegation, but who aren't going to make the European places. So all about now getting a decent finishing position in the league. Finishing 8th for Swansea would be their highest ever Premier League finish. Stoke currently a place behind them in 9th. Swansea, of course, in the all-white today. Stoke in their change kit of teal. And it will be the Swans to get us underway here. We're off and underway. Shelvey playing the ball back straight away for Swansea. Our main game today, remember, Liverpool against Queen's Park Rangers. Here it's Swansea against Stoke, and the ball already back with Lucas Fabianski. Another further change, I beg your pardon, for Stoke has seen Jack Butland come into the side today. He replaces Asmir Begovic, who's played every minute so far this season. An early concern here for Swansea, because after clearing the ball away, Lucas Fabianski has gone down holding his leg. This doesn't look good for Swansea early on. The substitute goalkeeper Gerhard Tremmel. Referee, who today is Craig Pawson, just having a word with the goalkeeper now. Ball's just played back to him by Fernandez, and he was caught by the man charging down the clearance, who was Charlie Adam. Just caught him on the follow-through. No way was it intended, but Fabianski was just moving backwards, and as Adam trod on his foot, Fabianski's foot was already bent as he was moving away. Just a bit of an impact injury. He's staying on for now. Looks like he'll be okay. And on we go. No talking to for Charlie Adam. It was purely accidental. Throw in here for Swansea, taken by Angel Rangel. Given away though, and down the left-hand side with Marko Arnautovic for Stoke. Given away by Dyer. Both sides giving the ball away. Sacrificing possession early on here. Peters lifting it forward for Adam. He's getting booed now by the Swansea fans after his challenge on Fabianski. Shelvey in the centre circle for Swansea, looking to create. Nato as well, feeds the ball forward for Gylfi Sigurdsson, but Stoke have it back, but they give it away to Dyer, right hand corner of the penalty area. Dyer's ball in, and Oliveira was throwing himself at the header. Got his goal last week against Newcastle. Really getting a second there for his side. The Portuguese striker winning a corner as Shawcross heads the ball behind. Corner from the right, which is lofted over by Sigurdsson. Knocked away by Stoke as they bring it clear with Walters. 31-year-old giving it to Charlie Adam. Just outside the centre circle in his own half, now into it and feeds it left for Arnautovic. Cutting inside the Austrian. Doesn't have too many options, tries to reverse ball into the area towards Juff, but Juff can't take the ball and in the end fouls his man by clipping his heels, and the free kick is given to the Swans. Swansea are unbeaten in their last 5 home games against Stoke, winning 4 of those. The game between the two sides earlier this season, a 2-1 win for Stoke at the Britannia. Charlie Adam and Jonathan Walters with the goals, and the now departed Wilfred Bunny with the opener for Swansea that day. This game here last year was a great game, a 3-3 draw. Again, Bonnie getting a couple of goals and Dyer also scoring for Swansea. That after Stoke had gone 2-0 up in the game. They went 3-2 down, and Charlie Adams scoring a penalty in the last minute to salvage a point. 4 minutes gone here today, and it's Swansea 0, Stoke 0, as it is elsewhere in our Premier League. 3 o'clock this afternoon. Villa against Everton, Sunderland versus Southampton, West Ham against Burnley, and the other game, as I said, Liverpool against Queen's Park Rangers. No chances for Stoke yet in this game. Oliveira with a header which was deflected wide by Shawcross for Stoke. Stoke have it in the centre circle with Wigan. Sideways to Nzonzi, his partner in defensive midfield. Wilson back inside for Stoke as they play along the back 4. Nzonzi Out towards Shawcross on the right-hand side. And Swansea again. Try coming forward, but then is pressured by Sigurdsson and turns back instead for Wilson. Adam dropping deep. Bit of a free roll in that Stoke midfield today. So we'll try and get in and around Mame Biram Diouf, I'm sure. 5 minutes gone, 0-0. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at talkSPORT Live. Follow us on Facebook by searching for talkSPORT Live. Follow us on YouTube by searching for talkSPORT. And get in touch with us on BlackBerry channels by searching talkSPORT. Nearly a very dodgy moment there for Swansea as Fabianski takes his time over clearing. He's still feeling the effects of that foot injury. He was closed down by Diouf, and Diouf nearly deflecting it into the net for the opening goal. So trying to come forward here, but the ball put behind off the foot of Arnautovic from Angel Rangel, the 32-year-old Spaniard who's rose through the leagues with the Swans. Starting at right back today. Kick here from the Polish goalkeeper, making his 34th start of the campaign. It's just one game in which Gerhard Termel deputised. Clean sheets for Fabianski. More away than at home so far. Conceded 2 last week against Newcastle. Swansea giving it away, but Shelvey picks it up again just inside the Stoke half and lifts it forward. Shawcross with a fairly rugged challenge against Oliveira. A hefty challenge from Dyer, of all people, and the free kick is given to Stoke on the edge of their own penalty area. Wilson standing forward and blows his whistle. His first Premier League game today since the 7th of April, Craig Corson. Long kick from the goalkeeper Jack Butland, the England goalkeeper, only 21. Moment at Derby this season. Takes a knock off a Swansea head for a Stoke throw in line with the edge of the penalty area, right hand side, and Phil Bard will take for them. Goes back to Nzonzi. Fairly low tempo in this game so far. Both sides happy to knock it about. Wilson left for Peters, and then Adam plays one round the corner for Diouf to chase. It's a header from Federico Fernandez. And the Argentine tearing it up towards the halfway line, where it's taken down nicely by Sigurdsson. Given away, and Stoke have it back again with Arnautovic in a central position inside the Swansea half, just outside the centre circle. Whelan. Ball inside from him for Nzonzi, but Shelvey forces him back, and Whelan takes over again. Still inside their own half here, Stoke. Wilson over the halfway line now for Peters. It's better from Stoke. Adam down the left, but touch is loose and doesn't have the pace to keep the ball under control, and it goes out for a Swansea throw. Both sides looking to improve on their finishes last season. Swansea finishing 12th with 11 wins from 38 games. They were 8 points behind Stoke, who finished 9th with 13 wins from their 38 matches. Scored 45 goals last term. They've got 39 so far this campaign. Only 16 on their travels and 17 away games. So they've won 5. Poor pass there from Fernandez, gives the ball to Arnautovic, who gallops down the left-hand side. Looking to take on the Argentine defender now, goes for a switch of play instead, and goes out to the right for Bardsley. Taken on, but Stoke forced back again. No one taking too many risks so far. Wilson for Shawcross. Stoke playing it along their back line. Forward from Nzonzi. Peters looking to get forward down the left-hand side. Up against Dyer, so it comes back to Nzonzi. Still out to halfway again. Wilson works it over to Shawcross. Wilson forward for Nzonzi. Very pretty here from Stoke, but not much penetration, and the Swansea fans appreciate it as their side force Stoke back to their goalkeeper. Jeff Butland with the very fashionable haircut of his head shaved all around the sides and left long on top, strokes the ball forward as his hair flaps about in the wind. 51% of the ball so far for Swansea, compared to Stoke's 49. Still waiting for a real shot here. Back there from Fernandez to Fabianski as the long ball's played forward. Has been a goal elsewhere. Aston Villa. Shelvey. Continuing to try and probe here, Swansea, but Shelvey's long diagonal towards Montero was nodded back to Butland by Phil Bardsley. Link in the papers this week with Mitchell Weiser of Bayern Munich for Stoke, who are apparently trying to sign him on a free transfer. For Swansea, they were reported to have watched the Bosnian winger Tino Svensusic, the 23-year-old, in the game between Hajduk Split and Lokomotiva on Wednesday evening. Both sides doing their work ahead of next season, as you'd expect them to be at this time of the year. $3,000 the game so far, 2 of them committed by Stoke. They could be in here, very nearly were, but Diouf just couldn't control. One out to play on halfway for a throw into Gary Monk's side, who's in charge of his 58th game today. Won and lost 22 so far. 5th game of Mark Hughes' Stoke career today. He's looking for his 34th winning charge. Currently has a win percentage of 39%, level to that of Gary Monk. Very low key at the moment. We've played 13 minutes. It's goalless here at the Liberty. Decent condition for a stadium that also hosts rugby matches. Here comes Swansea with Dyer, central position, 25 yards out from goal, feeds it left for Montero. It's not the best of passes. Montero, the Ecuadorian, trying to get the crossover, which he does. Couldn't be turned in by Nelson Oliveira, looking for his 2nd goal of the season. Hit his volley into the floor and over the bar. Good move from Swansea, and a big gap between the 2 Stoke centre-halves as Shawcross was dragged out of position. Montero doing well down the left to get space to get the crossover, but just too deep in the end, and Oliveira from a very acute angle firing over. Disappointing finish from the Portuguese striker, who Gary Monk has said he'll have discussions with at the end of the season with regards to his future. I have to say, I'd be very surprised if they do take him on a permanent deal. They do need some extra strikers, though, because they've obviously lost Wilfred Bonny. Emnes isn't really an out-and-out striker, as Monk was saying, and Bafétimbi Gomis out with an injury at the moment. He's got a hamstring problem. Injuries are starting to stack up for Swansea, who are going to be without Wayne Rowledge for the rest of the season. He's got an ankle injury. Cole Norton and Tom Carroll both have ankle problems as well. Bartley is out today with a knee injury. Yoriyama, as I was saying, has got a foot problem. Suddenly finding themselves a little bit stretched and have 2 players on the bench today with squad numbers in the 50s. Raheem Hamdi and Mudu Barrow. So if they're used later on. Matt Grimes also on the bench today as well. So the January signing from Exeter City. Well, to play here as Nathan Dyer miscontrols. Charlie Adam playing today despite breaking his nose in training on Thursday. Boyan's out long term with an anterior cruciate ligament problem. Jeff Cameron's got a tight hamstring, so he's not involved today. No word yet as to why Asmir Begovic hasn't been included. Ball back with Wheeler. Neither side able to find the breakthrough just yet. Forward for Diouf, who feeds it wide for Walters. Diouf taken down, but Bardsley makes the run from the back, and then as he tries to win the ball, fouls Fernandez in the process, and the free kick given. 16.5 minutes on the clock. Marquis actually quoted as saying, "We wanted to freshen things up and feel this is the perfect chance to give Jack an opportunity, so no real reason why Asmir Begovic has been left out today." His first Premier League start of the season for Butland. Here that Peter should deal with in the left back position. He's being hassled by Nathan Dyer. Scored against Stoke in November 2013 in that 3-3 game. Looking to repeat the feat today. Here comes Arnautovic for Stoke down the left. Plays a low ball in, which may go all the way to the back post, and it was going to fall for Walters, and it was a good clearance by Neil Taylor, who was back there tracking his man to clear the ball away. Otherwise Stoke would have been in for the opener. Great player by Arnautovic, who suddenly found himself in acres of space down the left and went for the early low ball in. Taylor just doing enough. Corner to Stoke, their first of the game. And it comes, it's headed out towards the edge of the area where Swansea pick it up with Montero, and they'll look to break now. Taylor, Montero down the right hand side, and Peters comes across to block it out and play for a throw. Taken by Rangel into the feet of Jack Cork, signed from Southampton in January. Is Shelvey inside his own half, just inside the centre circle, looking for his options going forward. Loves to play that Hollywood pass, but comes out wide instead to Angel Rangel. Taken on by Rangel in a central position now, and Oliveira trying to work his way into the area. It's a clearance by Whelan. Swansea have it back though. A few heavy challenges going in, which the referee's happy to let go for now. Shelvey, edge of the area for Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson back from Oliveira. Sigurdsson trying to work the yard to get the shot in, but feeds it wide instead to the right for Montero, who goes past Peters. Montero's ball over. It's a slice by Whelan and caught by Butland. Goal at Anfield, where Liverpool have taken the lead against struggling QPR. Just the second goal in the 3 o'clock games, and Philippe Coutinho has got the goal. Brazilian on target there, one of the Player of the Year nominees earlier this week. We played just about 20 minutes here at the Liberty. It's Swansea 0, Stoke 0. Williams for Swansea, taking the ball from left to right, but Peter against Montero, as you would expect him to do. And Arnautovic having to come back in, lays it off for Wilson. So up and down that left side all game has Arnautovic never stopped running. Sigurdsson, the third player to get double figures in terms of assists this season in the Premier League, behind Cesc Fabregas and Angel Di Maria. Done very well for Swansea. He's got 10 to his name. Need to keep a clean sheet here, Swansea, for the first time in 8 home games. Keep conceding here. The last win here was against Hull at the start of April, a 3-1 win that day, with Gomis getting 2 of the goals. How about that for a goal? Sunderland beating Southampton at the Stadium of Light, a massive goal in the relegation race. Jordi Gomez with a penalty for the Black Cats. Shelvey feeling left for Dyer, and Shelvey's been dumped on the ground here. Referee waves play on because Shelvey hasn't got a head injury, but it's halted now. May see the first yellow card of the game. Shelvey clutching his ankle. Referee Craig Pawson stopping things. He's going to have a word with Juff, but no card is going to be shown to the Senegalese striker. 9 goals this season. Only got 8 in the Bundesliga last term, so he's done pretty well for his new side. Comes Swansea down the right with Montero. Goes past Wilson, but Peters coming back in and gives it to Butland, who clears. Thanks for handball against Adam, nothing given. Shelvey takes it on. 40 yards from goal, John Joe Shelvey. Cannons off the head of Whelan and springs up into the air where Wilson clears it. Montero, though, down the right. And Arnautovic trying to get back and do some defensive work, and just about does enough without giving the foul away. The goal kick is given to Stoke. We've played half of the first half. Swansea 0, Stoke 0. Jack Butland taking his time here over this goal kick. So the home fans are getting a bit agitated about. Remember, if you're heading to England or thinking about travelling to watch a Barclays Premier League match, then our official travel partner, Champions Travel, delivers some amazing matchday packages. Visit talksport.com/travel or find them at Champ Travel on Twitter and make it happen. Throwing taken here for Stoke, and it goes back to the halfway line with Nzonzi. Stoke back into their own half with Shawcross, still waiting for a decent attempt on target here. 2 attempts so far for Swansea, but none on target, sorry, and likewise for Stoke. Fernandez, side for Shelvey. All very low-key here at the Liberty. There's a end-of-season feel about it, with these sides having nothing left to play for. Swansea playing some neat passing football. Not really going anywhere with it, and they give it away to Peters. Burnley have been reduced to 10 men at West Ham in their big game today. A red card shown to Sean Dyche's Michael Duff. And they've now gone 1-0 down as well to a Mark Noble penalty. This game still goalless. Much of the football at the moment being played in the middle third of the pitch. Wilson lifting one forward for Arnautovic, but headed away by Rangel. Gary Monk sends the substitutes to go and warm up. Rangel. Back to Fernandez. Came over to Europe in 2011 from Argentina. Scored yet for Swansea, his last goal over 2 years ago. For those of you who missed it, our early game today, it finished Leicester 3, Newcastle 0. Leicester on such a great run of form. Newcastle, well, it couldn't be much worse, could it? 8 defeats in a row for them. John Carver tries to see them over the line. Nothing much going on here at the moment. Both sides playing the ball about before giving it away. Here's Montero in the centre circle. Doesn't really have any options ahead of him, and he was just held off there by Nzonzi. A bit of frustration among the home fans now, who want to see a bit more entertainment in this game. It's been fairly tepid stuff so far. Dyer. Fernandes. Just over halfway, gives it to Oliveira, takes the pass back, but Oliveira's pass is poor and it's intercepted by Charlie Adam. Peters being put under pressure now by these Swansea players. And actually goes back to Butland, where Swansea don't press, but as soon as it comes out to a defender, they're closing them down, and poor clearance from Butland, and they'll try and attack here with Dyer down the left. Inside for Shelvey, edge of the area, and he just couldn't stretch to get on with it. Or get onto it, sorry, the England international, 23-year-old. Got a career best 9 goals last season, but he's only scored 3 this term. Boney still the top scorer for Swansea with 9 goals. Ball out here for a Stoke throw in the right back position with Bardsley. Ball punted forward eventually and hit away by Williams. Man who grew up not too far away from Stoke in Hednesford. Whelan for Stoke. Played 28 minutes. It's Swansea City 0, Stoke City 0. You're listening to Barclays Premier League Live. talkSPORT. Here comes Stoke with Walters. 40 yards from goal. Walters goes for it. Takes a big deflection and Fabianski off his line to gather. Approaching the half-hour mark here. The side has played particularly badly, but no one just seems to have that bright spark about them to create something. Still waiting for that first shot on target for either side. Arnautovic gives the ball away again. Shelvey in the centre circle. What can he do this time? He gives it to Sigurdsson, who gives it to Rangel. Sigurdsson, Rangel back inside for Cork. Started his career at Chelsea, of course. Montero down the left now, back on his favoured side, up against Bardsley, trying to go past the former Sunderland defender, and Bardsley slides in to put the ball. Stoke fans have started singing their club anthem, Delilah. It's a side defend here. Montero coming forward down the left, looking to get the ball over past Bardsley. Twist past Bardsley once, goes back the other way. Keeps twisting and turning, but the ball eventually going out off Montero for a goal kick. Seeing the replay now, and probably the correct decision by the linesman on the far side. Stoke winning just one of the last 6 Premier League matches, losing 3 in that time. Not kept a clean sheet in any of those games. Only team in the Premier League not to have picked up a red card this season is Stoke. Have had a man sent off in the FA Cup, but not in the league so far. Lautovic, good ball down the left for Adam. Can he get a decent ball in? It wasn't too bad, but no one there attacking it. It was in between Walters and Diouf. Cleared away by Shelby. Wilson's header, just inside his own half, isn't the greatest, and Peters can't get on the end of it, and Oliveira, on the end, fouls Peters, and the free kick given to the Potters. Fairly needless free kick to give away because the dodge full-back wasn't going anywhere. Signed from PSV Eindhoven. Peter Crouch on the bench for Stoke today. It's 4 goals in his last 6 Premier League games against Swansea. Revealed this week he'd like to go into coaching when his career ends, having decided to do his coaching badges next year. He's 34 now. That's with Fabianski at the moment. He's taking his time. The Poland international. Fernandez back to him. Yancey's clearance not the best as he scuffs it up to the halfway line, and it's sent back by Peters, and Zonzi helping it on its way, but Rangel picks it up in the right back position. As another move breaks down. So much of this game being played in the middle third of the pitch, and Swansea unable to keep the ball in there. A loose touch from Nathan Dyer lets the ball go out for a throw. Hasn't been a vintage Premier League game so far. It's going to take a stern talking to from both coaches at the break. We've played 32.5 minutes here at the Liberty Stadium, where it's Swansea 0, Stoke 0. Not only on goals, but on shots on target as well. We're yet to have our first shot on goal. Nelson Oliveira had a half chance for Swansea, but volleyed over the bar. And Stoke yet to really create anything. 0-0 here at the Liberty. Swansea having much of the ball. They just don't have the tempo to their play to unlock this Stoke defence. Here they come though with Fernandez, who gives it to Shelby, feeds it left for Montero. Needs to get Montero on the ball more because he can create. Trying to go past Walters here, Montero, and then commentators curse. He gives the ball away with what should have been the simplest of passes. Guy trying to run down the right, but intercepted. Now for a Swansea throw. Rangel taking it midway inside the Stoke half, down the right-hand side as they attack Swansea. Attacking the south stand in this first half. Ball through to Butland here. Slight tweak in formation for Swansea as Gary Monk comes to the touchline and waggles some fingers about to his side, and he's talking about Gylfi Sigurdsson. Started with Whelan, who takes the ball down under no pressure. Wins the second header as well. Whelan does well. Williams coming forward from the back, wins the header, and then he's climbed all over by Diouf. Just got to be careful here, otherwise he's going to find himself in the referee's notebook. Diouf protesting his innocence, but clearly was a free kick on Williams, who's still down here, holding his head. The Swansea captain. He's got clattered into by the Senegalese striker. Elsewhere, it's now Sunderland 1, Southampton 1. Sadio Mane with the equaliser there. West Ham beating Burnley. Liverpool beating QPR. And Aston Villa beating Everton. The bottom two both losing at the moment. What they would do for a win at the moment. These two sides in the relaxed situation where maybe they can play with a certain amount of freedom for the rest of the season. No pressure on them to do well. Going into the area there isn't bad, but no one on the end of it for Sigurdsson. Goes through to Butland. Just under 10 minutes to go in this first half. Swansea 0. And yet, anything really to talk about, as I was saying just then, no shots on target so far. Montero. Inside, Shelby takes it on. Feeds it out to the right for Dyer. This is better from Swansea, more tempo to their play. Shelby edge of the area, inside for Oliveira. Can't get the space for the shot. Stoke bring it partially clear. He's shot there. Shelby, great save. And there is the first shot on target, but I'm not sure it's going to count as one because I think the flag's up for offside against him. It was pushed away by Butland for a corner, or what would have been a corner. But the flag is up by John Brooks, the linesman. Himself in his own right, a referee. He referees games in the Conference Premier. Shelby was offside. It was a good decision. The linesman, that did the Arsenal-Chelsea game last week. It's well respected by the PGMOL. Swansea with the problem here because Oliveira is down, receiving some treatment. Physio on, just attending to his leg. Some amount of pain. Do have Marvin Emnes on the bench. If they were going to make a change, he would probably be the one to come on. The physio helping Oliveira to his feet, but just putting his earpiece in to deliver a message back to the bench, and you wonder whether it may be a negative one as far as Swansea are concerned. Oliveira slowly climbing up, hobbling off to this near side. Danny Monk having a word with his assistants, and Marvin Emnes has been told to go and warm up here. Are they going to make the change? It looks like they may be. Emnes taking his tracksuit trousers off. Trudging off now is Nelson Oliveira, who will play no further part. It's applause from the home fans who haven't really seen the best of him this season. Emnes stripped to make his entrance now. Getting his instructions on the set pieces where he's needed for them. We're bouncing here in the Swansea area. Adam trying to get on the end of it. It's a right old mess. It's still not clear, but Walters can't take it down. And Shelby whacks the ball clear over halfway. Ball played down the line for Adam. Back for Peters in the left back position, just over the halfway line. And Zonzi. Whelan works it out to the right, but Barnsley coming back straight away to Shawcross. Whelan switching play. Out to the left. Emnes ready to come on here. The man wearing 11. Not scored for nearly a year. Stuck in possession, but not really going anywhere with it. Peters letting the ball go, and Dyer wins it back for Swansea. It's been a hard game to watch so far, I'm afraid to say. Stoke with 53% of the ball at the latest count. But no side able to find the breakthrough. We've played 40 minutes. Can only hope for better in the second half. Ball lifted forward. It's a nice touch to take it into the path of Adam by Walters, but Swansea just about cutting it out, but then Shelby takes it down and gives it away. Adam sizing a shot up from distance. Adam and pings it towards goal, and a huge cheer as Stoke have a shot on goal, but it's not on target and goes behind for a goal kick. And now here does come the change. Emnes to come on. He's played just 356 minutes of football in the Premier League this season. Stanley will cross over the 400 barrier today. Long kick from Łukasz Fabianski. 3-3 on the attempts so far. Just waiting for that first shot on goal. Neither keeper with much to do. Stoke in possession with Wilson here, and he plays a firm pass square to Shawcross, who goes long. Looking for the flick from Walters, and Walters does get the flick, and touched out by Williams for a throw-in. 3.5 minutes remaining in this first half. I imagine we'll have a couple of minutes of additional time at the end of the first fit period because of injury to Oliveira. It comes to cross to Stoke here. It's headed away by Fernandez. Easy header for him under no pressure. Firm tackle there, and Swansea can bring it away. Maybe a chance here. Dyer down the right hand side is free, but Shelby comes through the middle himself. No one closing him down, so feeds it left for Montero. Edge of the penalty area, left hand side. Taylor's ball across. It's met by Dyer on the edge, and Shelby with a shot on target, but it's straight down the neck of Jack Butland. And that's the first shot on goal after 42 minutes. Which sums up this game so far. Shelby with it, wrapped his foot around the ball, but couldn't have been any closer to Butland if he tried. Duff down the right for Stoke. Ball for Nzonzi, who gets forward. Duff not really with anywhere to go. She comes back to Bardsley, close to the halfway line, and Shaw crossing his own half. Ball fed left. Adam taking the ball on, but in doing so fouls Dyer, who goes down fairly easily, has to be said. And Adam not at all happy about that free kick given against him. We're inside the final 2 minutes of the 45. Stoke have it with Nzonzi in a deep position. Peters leads it forward for Arnautovic, and as he gets away from Rangel, he's pulled back, and a free kick given, and some sarcastic cheers from the Stoke fans as the decision goes their way. Stoke with this free kick on halfway, and it'll be taken here by Eric Peters. Doesn't have anyone short, so this one will go long. High towards the edge of the penalty area, and it's taken down by Walters on the far right-hand side, but his control is poor, and it's taken on by Jack Court. Neil Taylor bringing it out from the back. He feeds it up to the halfway line. It's taken on by Emnes. Emnes pushed in the back by Wilson, and the free kick given to Swansea. Home fans want the yellow card shown, but referee Craig Pawson shakes his head. He's a FIFA-listed official, Pawson, used by UEFA in the Champions League earlier this season. Not as a main match referee, but as one of the 2 additional assistants behind the goal. Fabianski clearing this one long. We've got 30 seconds left of the 45. My guess is that we'd have 2 minutes added on here. Fernandez feeding it forward, but they give it away. Swansea to Stoke, and Adam tries to bring it forward, but then he runs into Fernandez again, and then Swansea bring it clear with Dyer down the right hand side. Can't get past Peters, and the ball's out for a Swansea throw. Rangel with the throw, and there will be 2 minutes of additional time. And Nzonzi picks it up 40 yards out, feeds it wide right for Walters. Walters sends a high ball into the middle, and Fabianski there very close to pushing the ball behind for a corner. ball was just going to drop on top of the net, and Fabianski wasn't really sure where it was going to go. And on first look, it looked as though he touched it. Seeing a replay now, and he did touch it, but the ball was already over the line. One of those where it very close to just dropping under the bar, but in fact it drops over. The decision from the linesman Dave Bryan is correct. Benteke has put Aston Villa 2-0 up against Everton now, and we've played a minute of the 2 additional here at the Liberty. Shelby helps the ball forward. Dyer doesn't challenge for the header. Peters does. A bit of head tennis going on at the moment, and Stoke win it, but they give it away to Jack Cork. I'd love to see the statistics at the end of this half and how many times both teams have given away possession, because quite frankly it's been too many. Stoke in possession now with Adam, who's in a good run of goal scoring form at the moment. Square to Nzonzi. He may get the shot in from distance, and Nzonzi, but it has to be tipped over by Fabianski. Now that's probably the biggest test of the game so far, and it comes in the 2nd minute of added time. Lofted effort towards goal. He side-footed it towards the net, and it was just dipping into that top corner, and Fabianski at full stretch having to push it behind. In comes the corner. Up go the heads. It's headed down by Shawcross. Up but not away, and Fabianski comes to relieve the pressure, and that will be that in the first half. We've played the 2 additional minutes. Fabianski gets back to his feet. It's been a poor half of football, really. Just 2 shots on target, neither of which have been particularly troubling for either keeper. Shelby with the best effort for Swansea, and Nzonzi with the best effort for Stoke just a few seconds ago. It's not been a classic, hopefully better in the second half. Half-time here at the Liberty Stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Stoke City 0. And I'll hand you back to Adam Bridge and Adrian Clark, who are watching Liverpool against West Bromwich Albion.
To take the more point possible. I think that this is always is better if you finalize on the table 5th than 7th. I think maybe it's our real target now.
Oh, that's a real blunder from Braguz, and he passed it straight to Aguero. It's a gift from Manchester City. Sergio Aguero opened the scoring inside 3 minutes.
No, we are thinking just to win the next game against Tottenham. In this moment we are 2 points in front of United. We don't depend just on what we can do if we can reach the second place, so we are just thinking try to win the next game.
And then Monday, Hull City versus Arsenal from the KC Stadium.
El Mohammadi crosses, it's won by Dawson, and Hull City have taken the lead at the KC Stadium.
A lot of people a week ago were writing us off, but so we give ourselves a chance. That's all we've done, because we've still got 4 games to play, and I still think we need a couple of results, because other teams last week, teams at the bottom, got a result. It's all still to play for, and exciting, I suppose, if you're watching it from afar.
He's got 2 players with him, Giroud, but he goes for goal and scores himself, and Arsenal are going second in the Barclays Premier League. Olivier Giroud rounds it off. A wonderful day for Arsenal.
They had 2 great performances. They were quite in a very bad situation, and they had 2 amazing results, especially at home where they've just beaten Liverpool, and therefore we are warned that we will face a big challenge there.
That's all still to come on Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT.
Plenty more good stuff to come this weekend then. Already today, Leicester victorious against Newcastle by 3-0. Liverpool lead here at Anfield, and there was a second goal in the game at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Everton. The commentary comes from Tim Long.
Can they link up again? It's in towards Blow once more, and coming into the back post was Christian Benteke to double his and Aston Villa's tally just before half-time. It's now 11 goals in 9 games for the big Belgian, and Villa within touching distance of securing their top-flight status again. Aston Villa 2, Everton 0.
Extraordinary run of form for Christian Benteke, his second of the game. Elsewhere at half-time. Southampton won. Gomez gave them the lead from the penalty spot. Mane with the equaliser for Southampton. Its goal is between Swansea and Stoke, and West Ham lead Burnley by a goal to nil. Mark Noble with a penalty that saw Duff red carded as well. All of those games at half-time. Half-time here at Anfield as well, where Philippe Coutinho's goal separates the sides. Lambert cutting in towards the edge of the box, plays the cross to Coutinho in space, chance to shoot, Ben's got it in! Philippe Coutinho with yet another goal for Liverpool, and it's an absolute beauty as well. He took his time, he didn't rush, he picked his spot in the top left-hand corner, and he absolutely floated it with pinpoint precision. Liverpool lead here, it's Coutinho again. Liverpool 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Liverpool, of course, trying to chase down Manchester United. There's a 7-point gap between them. United fourth in the table. They play at 5:30 tonight. West Brom are the visitors to Old Trafford. Let's hear from the two managers.
You shall always be compared with your opponent. And when your opponent shows more aggression, then you have to show that also. Otherwise, you are the underdog. And that's a lesson. But it happens more than once, normally. So I don't hope that it is against West Bromwich Albion again.
The thing with this league is that, you know, nobody packs it in, everybody keeps going. That'll be, I'm sure Sean will be saying that to the lads at Burnley. Chris will be saying the same things at the lads at QPR. You know, while there's a chance, then, you know, it's that spirit and commitment that, you know, this country is renowned for. You know, when you are up against it and nobody gives in.
Adam Virgo and Alex Crook will bring you full commentary on Manchester United against West Brom. Darren Fletcher, of course, returning to Old Trafford. That game kicks off in about just over an hour and a half from now. When we come back, we'll talk to Adrian Clark about Liverpool's dominance in the opening 45 minutes here at Anfield. You're listening to Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT.
One planet, one game, one football. The all-new One Football app is available right now for iOS, Android and Windows phones. With all the latest football news, live scores, results, highlights and more from the Premier League, Champions League and hundreds of international competitions. Download the One Football app from your App Store today to follow all the Premier League matches with live text commentary and vote for your man of the match. One Football, the best app for football fans.
Well, Everton coming forward here. It's 3. Kevin Morales off the bench to finish Manchester United off.
This is Barclays Premier League Live. Exclusive global Premier League radio commentary and post-match analysis.
Found his way to Walters, back to Arnautovic. Tries a turn, it's going to come back for Adam. Oh, absolute rocket into the top corner. Stoke deservedly level.
Barclays Premier League Live. All the biggest games every Premier League weekend.
It's going to be in, surely. It's turned in. Leicester have the lead. Just a minute after Burnley miss a penalty. Leicester go up the other end and put the ball into the back of the net.
This is Barclays Premier League Live. Never miss a kick of the Barclays Premier League. All weekend, every weekend.
Here's Kolarov, who thought his goal that won the game. It's a good delivery, and it's turned in by Fernandinho. They were 2-0 up, they were pegged back to 2-2, and Fernandinho, with his third goal of the season, makes it Manchester City 3, Aston Villa 2.
Exclusively live Barclays Premier League action throughout the season. This is Barclays Premier League Live.
Oliveira goes one way, and the ball into the channel finds him. Back across the face of goal! And there it is! Goal number 3 from the unlikeliest of sources for Swansea City, Jack Cork.
This is Barclays Premier League Live. Exclusive global Premier League radio commentary and post-match analysis.
Ramirez plays it in Doyle, and Doyle is seeing it, and he does, and it's Hull City who will take all 3 points of the afternoon where they needed to get the job done.
Barclays Premier League Live. Exclusive worldwide coverage and full match commentary of the Barclays Premier League.
Here comes Spurs looking to get back on terms, and they have for the second time in the game. Spurs have got themselves level.
talkSPORT live on TuneIn. This is real radio.
Look at it!
Hear every Barclays Premier League match live, including next weekend's match between Chelsea and Liverpool.
Hazard to put Chelsea in front. A delightful finish from Eden Hazard.
Every kick, every goal from the home of football on TuneIn in association with talkSPORT.com, official global audio partner of the English Premier League.
Welcome back to Anfield. Adrian Clark alongside me. Bright start from QPR, but the stuffing knocked out of them with a goal, and they've not really recovered since, have they?
No, their reaction to the goal wasn't a great one, actually. They tended to retreat, and Liverpool ended up dominating that first half, creating a few chances. There was lots of last-ditch defending from QPR, and really, I think they need to spend a lot more time inside Liverpool's half, and particularly in and around the final third. They've hardly ventured into that territory in the first period.
If you go back to the opening moments when in the first 30 seconds they had the ball in the back of the net, I mean, we can't conclusively tell, and we've seen replays as to whether the ball that was played in from the corner did bounce out of play first. It would have made such a difference to the game, though, wouldn't it?
Totally.
Getting that kind of start in terms of their confidence.
Definitely. Liverpool's confidence was low. QPR were up for it, you could see that. They got onto the front foot right away. And as you rightly say, we haven't seen a replay that conclusively proves that the officials got it right. It may be that QPR have had an injustice there and the ball didn't go completely out of play. We just can't tell. Too many complaints, but it would have been the dream start. It didn't turn out that way. Liverpool got their noses in front, and since then it's been all Liverpool, and I've got to be honest, if we're going to see another goal, you would fully expect it to come from the men in red.
There's been a lot of criticism of Coutinho's inclusion in the PFA team of the year ahead of the likes of Fabregas. We saw with that finish today just why.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put him in the PFA team of the year either, but he's good. He's a top player. He has had a great season. He's in form, and it was a beautiful finish. Lovely touch, and then he didn't let the ball sit on the turf. He hit it while it was bouncing up, and he just curled it with the inside of his foot into the far top corner. Absolute class, that goal.
Tough day for Queen's Park Rangers today. They've still got Manchester City to come. Of course, a game against Leicester and also a game against Newcastle before the season ends. Can they get anything out this second half? You will find out when you return. This is talkSPORT's coverage of the Barclays Premier League Live.
To everyone ready to take a step, make a difference and prosper. To everyone who puts on their team jersey and cheers their team on from 1,000 miles away. To everyone ready to play the beautiful game in the right way and play their part in making this the greatest season ever. We at Barclays, proud sponsors of the Barclays Premier League, say thank you. You are the true spirit of the game. If you're outside the UK and Ireland, we've got you covered. talkSPORT's international service covers every Barclays Premier League match live.
It's spilled by the goalkeeper, and it's home already! Inside a minute! Connor Wickham! Well, he saved Sunderland last season with goals to keep them up! Is he going to do it again this time round?
Full match commentary, pre- and post-match game analysis, goals as they go in from every single Barclays Premier League match.
Oh, that's a real blunder from Braguz, and he passed it straight to Aguero. It's a gift from Manchester City. Sergio Aguero opened the scoring inside 3 minutes.
Hear goals as they go in from around the grounds during our feature commentary match.
Shelby that comes away with it, finds the pass out wide, and there's a chance. Sigurdsson! Montero with the ball into the middle, and Gylfi Sigurdsson has given Swansea the lead at St James's Park.
Every game is covered.
Bristol come back from McCarthy here into the penalty area. McCarthy dances all the way through the Manchester United defence to finish low past David De Gea.
Get involved in debates, ask in-game questions to our commentary team, and get the world's fastest goal updates with @talkSPORT live on Twitter.
Shane Long, decent ball in Pella, that's a fabulous header, and Pella, who seems to have rediscovered his goal scoring form, has got his second of the game.
This is Barclays Premier League Live, exclusive global Premier League radio commentary and post-match analysis.
Here's a ball by Luko inside the penalty area from Brady, draws it back across goal, and then knocked home by David Doy, and Hull City have their goal on a day when realistically they must win.
Kick-by-kick commentary, expert opinion, international coverage of the world's most exciting football league. The Barclays Premier League Live, brought to you by talkSPORT Live. Get the ultimate fan experience by booking an official football package with Champions Travel, talkSPORT international travel partner. Champions Travel are the authorised hospitality partner of several major European clubs, including Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United, making us the one-stop shop for unforgettable match breaks, including official match tickets, tailored hospitality packages and quality hotel accommodation. Book your trip of a lifetime today with Champions Travel at talksport.com/travel. Make it happen.
Welcome back to our coverage of Liverpool against Queen's Park Rangers from Anfield. I'm your host, Adam Bridge. Alongside me is the former Arsenal and Southend United winger, Adrian Clark. You're listening to Barclays Premier League Live with talkSPORT, where the time has just passed the top of the hour. And an eerie sound around Anfield. The substitutes are warming up. We're still waiting for the two teams to return for the start of this second half. Let's have a look at the starting 11 for you. Liverpool have just started to appear. It's Mignolet who's in goal. Johnson, Lovren, Skirtle and Sham, the back four. Henderson and Gerrard. Gerrard booked in that opening 45 minutes. The two holding midfielders. Sterling, the goal scorer Coutinho, and the ever-busy Adam Lallana providing the support to Ricky Lambert. Ward, Toure